What's up, nation? Today let's talk Nintendo Direct coming this Friday. Alright everyone, if you're anything like I am at this point, you are probably ready to stop seeing rumor videos about an upcoming Nintendo Direct and you're ready to see the actual announcement from Nintendo that, hey, we're having a first-party Nintendo Direct. Now, that's not to say we haven't gotten anything from Nintendo. Obviously, 2020 has been a really interesting year, but I think we are seeing them switch to their new format of how they deliver Directs, which is actually broken up in individual ones. So far, we've had the partner showcase and we've had the indie showcase. Now, typically, in an old E3 like 2019, they would have included this all in one mainline Direct and just kind of given those partners their little window of time in that Direct. Now we're seeing dedicated events instead. It's obviously circulating the rumor mill. Everybody thinks that every time Nintendo's going to hold a showcase that it's going to be their own first-party titles, and I think that's leading to some disappointment with fans, myself included, that we're not actually seeing the progress on these upcoming titles and we don't know when to expect them to release. Now, that being said, the reason we're making this video today is our good friend Jeff Grubb, who's been fantastically accurate with all of his predictions when it comes to Nintendo showcases, Microsoft, and Sony, has once again gone on record saying that this coming Friday, August 28th, that we can suspect a Nintendo Direct to launch. Now, he did say that he does not know the content of this Direct and that in the back of his mind, he's worried that this could just be another partner showcase or an indie showcase, but I don't think it makes sense for Nintendo to do multiple of those before they hold something for their own. We also know, and what I'm most predicting this Direct to be focused on, is Mario's 35th anniversary collection is set to probably launch in September when the anniversary actually hits. So we haven't heard anything yet, so why would they not give us some kind of ramp up to that release? I think they have to announce this game. They have to get it out there. We've already seen third-party controllers leak for this game and a bunch of different stuff we're going to walk through today on why I think that's most likely. But we don't know if it's just going to be that Mario showcase at this point, or if it's going to be a mainline Direct where we get the details on a Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 development update. We get the, maybe Metroid Prime 4 details on where they're at. Maybe we get a glimpse of gameplay. Smash character is in the works to be released, and there's a bunch of different things they could talk about. But we don't know if is this the full Direct that's going to go over a bunch of different titles, or are they going to stick to these smaller, like 10, 15, 20-minute max Directs, and then maybe they're going to do, the middle of September is going to be our next one to look at a few different holiday games for 2020. So we're going to dive into all those details now. Before we do, I did want to invite everybody to watching this video to join Sunbro Nation if you haven't already. Do so by subscribing below. Do hit the like button if you do enjoy this video, and then turn on your bell notification icon so you can stay updated as all of this new information comes out. But with that, guys, let's dive into the news. Now, the first thing we're going to talk through is why I think this rumor is actually so credible to begin with. So in case if anybody's not familiar, Jeff Grubb did actually predict that we were going to get some form of an August Direct by the 22nd, was his last prediction, and that did come true. By the 20th, we had the indie developer showcase, so that was something that nobody really had on their radar, and then he was entirely accurate on that, and he's been accurate throughout just about everything he's predicted up to this point in 2020, so I do think that we do see this Direct for sure. We just don't know the content of it. Now, I want to segue that into why I think that this is most likely, at the bare minimum, a Mario-focused Direct. I do see Nintendo with their new format of how they're releasing these Directs. I think it makes total sense for them to do a Mario-focused Direct for the 35th anniversary. I don't think that they want this game overshadowed by anything else that they talk about, so I can completely see them doing the way they've broken it up so far, where you do a partner showcase, an indie showcase, and then the next thing is, boom, Mario, our main flagship, iconic character of Nintendo, is celebrating his 35th anniversary. We got to release his game by the middle of September. His anniversary is on the 13th of September to be exact, so we'll see if we see it on then or the 15th, but to add credibility that this game is actually in the works, in case if anybody still doesn't believe that we're going to see it, at this point we have two controller manufacturers that are officially licensed by Nintendo. Both Hori and Power A are both releasing Mario controllers on the 15th of September that you can actually pre-order right now. And if you look at these these controllers, they look like some sort of a nostalgic celebration for Mario. So I think it's very likely that we do see Nintendo finally acknowledge the 35th anniversary collection. I hope they call it Mario All-Stars 2. That's just selfish nostalgia for me because I love playing through the original Mario All-Stars on the SNES. But I think that just adds to the credibility of what we're talking about here. You know, if you guys think about what Nintendo has done up to this point this year, they've been very focused on one topic at a time, and maybe one partner at a time. So I do think that we see this as a Mario Direct. That's my personal prediction, but we are going to speculate on what we might see added in if this does turn out to be kind of the E3 replacement Direct where it's all in one. Alright guys, so in the event that this turns out to be a full Direct and it's not just Mario focused, there are definitely a number of titles that we could see pop up at this Direct. Now if you all are interested in a more detailed look into the deep dive on a lot of the games, I did do a previous video that I'll link to in the end of this video that actually shows my opinions on what we're going to see with each of these titles and whenever we do get them announced, kind of the direction that I think the games will go. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to leave a link for it below. But without further ado, I think that it's most likely that if this turns into a mainline Direct on the 28th, that we're going to see some form of an update for Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, whether that be a release window, whether it just be a new trailer and no release window, who knows, but it's been long enough that Nintendo has not acknowledged this game. It's been over a full year since we've seen anything new or anything on record, so I fully anticipate some form of an update on Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. The next one that we could see tied into this Direct, which does make sense with online leaks that we've seen, would be Zelda Skyward Sword. We saw it go live on its Amazon UK pre-order link that was probably leaked by mistake, but I don't know if it's still live or not, but it was definitely live for a few days there where you could just go in and pre-order the game. It was sold by Nintendo, so it wasn't like some weird third party that had just made a post. It was extremely credible that this game is most likely in the works. So now the fans know it is just a little bit before the Direct's time window, so maybe they do go over this game and say, hey, this is coming, and it's either coming holiday 2020 or they're going to push this into the 2021 window for when we're expecting a lot of the other Zelda treatment to get pushed out, because obviously that's going to be Zelda's 35th anniversary, so I think we see some remasters and different things come down the pipeline on Zelda. So that's the next one that I think is most likely. Then past that, we have Metroid. Now, a lot of fans think that Metroid Prime 4 is far out from being released. That could totally be true, but I do think that it's being talked enough that Nintendo would probably likely share some form of an update and where they're at in the development with that game. And it's not to say that we'll get any kind of hard release date by any means, but I think that if they're ready to show us at least another trailer or some form of even just character models, we don't even know what Samus is going to look like in this game. So if we got anything like that, I think fans would still be incredibly happy. So let's hope that we at least get some form of an update. But then again, if we don't get anything on the Prime end, I think what we could see in its replacement is a rumored 2D Metroid title. Now, whether that be a Super Metroid remake or just a brand new game altogether, that remains to be seen, but that's another one that I think is likely that we could see talked about in some form or fashion at this Direct. Besides that, the last few big ones is there's rumors of a new Mario Kart being in development. I don't know that that's here yet. The sales numbers for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe are absolutely ridiculous, so Nintendo definitely got a free pass on keeping Mario Kart alive far longer than it probably should have been alive. I mean, the numbers for this game are just insane. It's the #1 most best-selling Switch title to date. And that's saying a lot whenever the Nintendo Switch is one of Nintendo's best-selling consoles, and that's also saying a lot considering that this is actually a port of the Wii U version of this game. So I do think that it's possible that Nintendo talks about a Mario Kart. I don't know that we're going to see it this soon. I would personally predict them to announce that in somewhere in the middle of 2021. And then again, we are still hearing rumors of Mario 3D World being ported over from the Wii U as well. So maybe they announce that, but I feel like they have to break these games up somewhere. I don't think they're giving us, the Mario 3D Remaster Collection, which is rumored to have Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy. I don't think they give us all those and Mario World, 3D World, all in the same cartridge. I think that's just a little bit too generous. So I think that Mario 3D World gets its own separate standalone release, and whether or not that's going to take place at the end of this year or in farther into next year, is that still remains to be seen. So we'll see what happens with those titles. A couple quick ones is a Splatoon sequel is rumored to be in the works, and then obviously we have to get some kind of update on the Smash character. It's been a while since we've had our last one, and we do know that we have a few more characters set to release on their DLC. And then one thing that nobody's really been talking about, but has kind of been in the back of my mind, is that, you know, we obviously have the second half of the Pokemon DLC coming up in the fall, but then we do have no clear indication on what's past that. And before, we were hearing a lot of rumors of, like, you know, a Pokemon Silver and Gold maybe in a Let's Go format, or if they continued with their other remakes. We were hearing talks of them doing a Diamond and Pearl remake instead, with the more traditional style controls. So that still remains to be seen. We haven't had any word from the Pokemon Company in quite some time, so whether or not they're just going to do the DLC this year and that's all, that's probably what we're getting. We would have gotten some kind of announcement by now, but they might be telling us about, you know, what's to come in 2021 if this is really going to be an E3 style showcase. Hey everyone, thanks so much for sticking around to the end of the video. I do truly appreciate it. I did want to invite everybody again, if you haven't done so already, to join Sunbro Nation today by subscribing below. Then hit that like button if you did enjoy this video, and make sure you turn on your bell notification icon so you're updated as all this new news goes live. I will be releasing follow-up videos once we get this official direct announced from Nintendo, and then also once it happens and we know the games that are actually officially announced from them. That'll be a great day. So again, just thank you guys for being part of the nation. And then do leave me a comment below and let me know what you think and what you're expecting from this Nintendo Direct. I would love to get that conversation started. Do you think this is just another indie showcase, or do you think that this is going to be the mainline Direct, or maybe one just focused on Mario, like kind of what I think? So let's get that conversation started below. I will reply to all the comments left in my videos, and that's going to be it for me, guys. I'm going to end the video here. You all have a great day. Sunbro Nation out.